I told him I thought Brian was his friend. Luke frowned. I don't know him. He just said it was my birthday party and he wanted to come. That made my stomach drop a little. But before I could say anything, Brian came barreling toward us, chocolate frosting smeared across his face, demanding to know when the presents were getting opened because he was bored. I knelt down and asked him where his parents were. He rolled his eyes. Actually rolled his eyes like a sitcom character. They don't know I'm here. They wouldn't let me come. They're always busy. I told him that usually kids need permission to come to parties, especially when their parents don't know where they are. He shrugged and said, "It's fine. They won't notice." That was the moment I should have walked him home or called someone. But he looked small under all that attitude. 10 years old, trying to crash a birthday party because he didn't want to be alone. So I made the decision every parent makes at least once, the one you think is kind, reasonable, and harmless, right before it blows up in your face. I told him he could stay until the party ended, and then I'd help him get home. For a while, things were fine. Brian was loud, demanding, and complained about everything, but kids are kids. Luke, to his credit, tried to include him. They played games, raced across the lawn, and for a moment, Brian actually smiled. A real smile, not the smug one he wore like armor. Then the police showed up. 2 squad cars pulled up in front of my house, lights flashing. Parents froze mid-conversation. Kids stopped screaming. My heart started pounding like I'd done something illegal without realizing it. An officer asked if I was Michael. I raised my hand, already sweating. They asked if there was a boy named Brian at the party. Brian went pale. He dropped his cupcake and backed away like it was about to explode. That's when Brandon and Rebecca arrived. They stormed into my yard like a legal team in human form. Brandon was red-faced, yelling before anyone could explain anything. Rebecca was crying loudly, pointing at me like I'd personally caused every bad thing that had ever happened to her. They accused me of kidnapping. Actual kidnapping. They said I had lured their son onto my property, kept him there without consent, and exposed him to unknown dangers. Rebecca screamed about trauma and emotional distress. Brandon demanded to know what kind of man lets a stranger's child stay without calling the parents. I tried to explain. I really did. I told them Brian showed up on his own, that I asked about his parents, that he said they didn't know. I told them he was safe, fed, supervised, and surrounded by adults the entire time. None of it mattered. They threatened to sue me right there in my front yard, in front of a bunch of confused kids and horrified parents. Luke stood behind me, gripping my shirt, whispering, "Dad, am I in trouble?" That hurt more than anything else.